Good morning, folks. Haha. So, a very interesting title for today's topic. What is it all about on Sarawak independence issue? People have been talking about it, and it's been years, 4 years. Since the beginning, we were being warned that it is about separatist. It's a separate movement. And what else? The accusation on us? A lot. Some even say that it's about betraying the country. But then, as we talk more and more about this issue, we brought up the facts, historical facts. The other party, or I would say, probably the Malaya government or even the Sarawak government, they are keeping quiet on this. Because the truth is always truth. Okay? We cannot twist or we cannot hide the history anymore. So basically, we are talking about Sarawak independence issue is about the colonization process. So why did they have to hide the history? Why were we denied from learning our own history? That's a denial on our basic human rights to learn our own history. So as the truth revealed that how Sarawak federated with Malaya, it was under the British arrangement. So the Brits helped us, Sarawak, to form our self-government to begin with. Okay, they helped us to form our own government in 1963, and the process was just a local election. There was no Dun election yet, or I would say legislative election. Okay, our Dun election only started on 1969. What does that mean to you? Dun election started on 1969. That means 6 years after 1963, after we federated with Malaya. So basically, let's look at a country. Okay, in order for a country to be independent, it has got to have 3 pillars of power democratic system. First, legislative, and then administration and judiciary. Okay, legislative is, to put it simple, our Dun, or like a parliament of the Malaya. When Malaya independence, they have what? Parliament, they have government and judiciary system. Whereas for Sarawak in 1963, there was none. Okay? There was none. The Brits helped us, yes, fine with that. Okay? They only helped us in forming our own government. And our first Chief Minister, Stephen Kalunigan, was not elected, he was selected. Okay? So, it was local election. It was not a legislative election. This is very important. Very important. Why? Because, as I said just now, back to that just now, the 3 powers. First, you've got to have a legislative. Legislative, our Dewan Undangan Negeri in Kuching, that's where we can make law or amendment. Okay? Even we can amend our constitution. We can change the law. Or we can pass the law. For example, any law that passed in the Parliament of the Federation of Malaysia, it has got to be passed in our Dun. For example, smoking, non-smoking, no more smoking in the Kedai Kopi. You cannot smoke. Ban smoking in the coffee shop. So that law was passed in Parliament. But it has to be passed in Sarawak Dun. What does that mean? Why does our DUN, our Dewan Undangan Negeri, has such a power? So that indicates that we are a sovereign state. This state, as I say it, is big S, capital S. Okay? It's not negeri. So we are sovereign. That means we are a nation. It's a decolonial country. Sarawak is a decolonial country, and we began the decolonization process in 1963 by federating with Malaya, where the administration was based on Malaya in the form of federation. It's as simple as that. So, when we look at the Sarawak government administration, you will see there are a lot of jabatan this, jabatan that, jabatan pendidikan, jabatan kesihatan, and all this. And all this, for an instance, you would have a thinking that we are under their power. We are under the kementerian in the federation. So that makes us confused, some people confused. See? It's kind of a misleading in a way they purposely, you see, they put in a way that we are like under the power of the federal government. But when you check through and you do the facts finding, we are not. Okay? So that will be related to the MA63, the Malaysia Agreement 1963. What was that agreement about? And what was signed? So MA63, when it was signed, it has to base on something. So there the IGC comes in, Inter-Government Committee reports. Okay, that's the reports in regarding to the federative process, where the newly formed Sarawak government and this federal government, among this government, the power between these governments. So what are these power about? It is about the administration. That's all. It has got nothing to do with our sovereignty, our status. Okay, that is out of scope. It's not within that. Okay, when we talk about forming a federation partner, okay, that means when we work together, how? So the very fact was, we had just formed our government, and in terms of the administration, okay, we need some help in a way. So the British, okay, they arranged that. So during the time, the Sarawak people, we haven't had exercise. We haven't exercised our self-determination right yet. Self-determination rights in the sense that we decide on something. Okay, we can decide. We do the decision. Okay, so this self-determination right is referred to the Resolution 1514 and 1541 United Nations Decolonization Declaration. So when we're talking about rights, talking about Sarawak independence, the whole thing, this issue, it has got nothing to do with the federal government of Malaysia. Okay? It's very clear, cut, and straightforward. So there is nothing worry about talking about this issue openly in the public or in the live video, in the Facebook call. We are doing ceramah, because there is no two other version. There is only one version. What is this all about? It is about our rights. We exercise this right, and then we do it in a democratic way. We do it in a peaceful way, following the law, and we make the decision through our do. And the whole thing, the whole process, to make it simple, it comes down to or is about the completing, okay, the completion of the decolonization process that was started when in 1963, when Sarawak federating with Malaya to start self-government. It's as simple as that. So it has got nothing to do with the United Kingdom. It has got nothing to do with the United Nations. It has nothing to do, and there's no point to bring this issue to the IGC, ICJ, okay, International Court of Justice. No need, because we have the power. You got to make your own decision. If you haven't made any decision, then how are you going to say that you want to fight for this and that? You have to decide on something. Okay, you have to decide. Okay, how you do the decision. Okay, we have to go by the process, because we are practicing democracy system where we elect representative, people's representative, or the adun. Okay, it cannot be about 2 million over rakyat make decision in their one. Probably you can make decision like in the form of referendum. But when it comes to this issue, it is not about whether you want to be independent or not. It is not about referendum to decide. No, it is about completing the decolonization process, the undone fucking business. Okay? Okay, bye-bye. So this is the first time I try to speak in English, and my English is kind of funny to you guys, but it doesn't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. So people say, well, practice make perfect. Okay, right, bye.